So I think us gamers have seen our share bunch of shitty duty launches. We've seen plenty of games just simply not live up to the hype. Them shits come out, people drop them like it's hot. There have been times I've given games a second chance, just in case if I didn't like them, or if I just might feel like, maybe it just wasn't the right time for the game. And that has been one of the popular questions. Is said game ahead of its time, or is it dookie? So I kind of do want to focus on one game today, and this is one that even myself, I watched this from start to finish. I was right along that hype train with everybody else, seeing that parkour trailer going crazy. We talking about Brink. So this game is interesting. This shit literally came out free to play in 2017 on Steam. But if you're trying to play this game on like an Xbox 360 or PS3, you're gonna have to buy the hard copy and probably spend about $20 or get that bitch used for about like a solid $5. So in 2017 on Steam, apparently Brink had been on sale on Steam so damn much and for so damn low. One of the heads at Bethesda just thought it was a great idea. You know what? Let's just make this shit free to play. For those that don't know, this was like one of the first team-based first-person shooters that really focused on that whole team element. You always had certain set roles like soldier, engineer, medic, operator. Oh yeah, yeah, it was operator. I remembered. So this game focused on team play. It had a really in-depth customization when it came to guns. But the really thing that kind of set this game, what the hell was I doing? The thing that set this game off and just sent it to the moon was the fact that it was the first-person shooter that we really had like parkour elements in. That was the biggest staple of this game, and it kind of got a lot of people hyped just to be able to run around the map like crazy and be able to shoot at people and be really immersed in a first-person style of gameplay and get your nips hard. So, what happened? The thing that I noticed along this game's development was Bethesda was the publisher and Splash Damage were the developers. And I used to see this game kind of get delayed here and there. I would say it needs a few months, blah, blah, blah. This game actually did suffer a few good delays here and there. I don't think he got that Duke Nukem Forever treatment, but the shit definitely did see some delays and it did not come out on time. I noticed when this game came out, it was in a different era of first-person shooters, especially around that time. This was 2011. Call of Duty was at its peak, bro. I'm pretty sure it was either Black Ops 2 or maybe Modern Warfare 3 was probably out around this time. But I do know Call of Duty really didn't hit that fucking downfall until it hit Ghost. Call of Duty itself had like a fast time to kill. It was fast-paced arcadey gameplay. Brink, in a way, you was shooting straight sponges, bro. It felt like some weapons took way longer to kill than others, and the actual gun mechanics, like if you're trying to aim down a sight while you're shooting, your gun actually stops and then you start shooting again. Some people thought the gameplay was a lot more stiff. Aiming, a lot of people were complaining about, because I don't even think this game had aim assist on Xbox, because I remember the aiming being a little rough there, but definitely on the PC version there's definitely no aim assist at all. So it's definitely a more rugged feel whenever it comes to aiming, so you're not gonna have that natural and just easy feel of a Call of Duty shooter. So this kind of turned a lot of people off and just made them feel like they were just fighting bullet sponges. This is me going back into my old noodle, because I definitely remember getting this game right when it came out, and I remember seeing a lot of people pick it up day one, but they drop it pretty quick. And when you start to think about it, it's like the way the game was set up. I just want you guys to think about like how Left 4 Dead is set up. Like you have a campaign, and you have your survivors, and you have a start and an end point. The way this game was set up, you could play a single player story mode, of course, with bots, but it's still the same, team based, like where you're hacking the objectives, pushing the payload or something like that. It's still the multiplayer format, but the way the game is, they were putting in these cutscenes and giving you these voice dialogues to give you some type of depth to the story. If you're somebody who wanted more of a visceral, more in your face Call of Duty campaign feel, something that you can really sink your teeth into, it really doesn't do it. In a way, playing this game single player actually is pretty still enjoyable even to this day. I've kind of been diving back into a lot of the first person shooters that either I've used to play or some of the other dated ones that I never got a chance to play, and I really like pay attention to the AI. I really like try to test it out and see if I can fuck with it. So what's interesting about this AI, it's kind of mixed, so it kind of gives you that feel of you're kind of playing like a random game. It's definitely okay. It's not like the worst AI I've ever dealt with. Like, it's just a little inconsistent at times, but you can definitely play around with the difficulty of the bots, but it'll definitely give you more than a challenge. Shit, to be honest with you, even like playing it on normal, the shit is kind of difficult, bro. So it's like, me playing this shit on Steam Deck, just shout out to everybody in the community, boy. They found some of the best controls to play this shit on. You can have controller support, but you really gotta do some digging. This community layout, boy, using that touchpad for that smart movement, somebody got the juice. I can see people getting kind of bored with the gun customization. It seems like it gives you a lot of options to choose from. I mean, for the time of when it came out, I was like, I can see that's pretty good. But a lot of the weapons, sometimes I'm gonna say they're kind of clones of each other. I feel like maybe in the sound effect department, some of these weapons could have been beefed up. Some just sound really scratchy and kind of so like but then some weapons sound pretty good. So I'm just like, they kind of had some inconsistencies with some of like the gun sound effects, and I feel like if they had a little bit more time to polish that out, it would have been a little bit better. But that's just what I noticed with some of the SMGs, mainly with those high fire rates that just had that scratchy, weird sound effect that I ain't like. But yeah, you can make your own character. You could choose between 3 different styles, between the light, medium, and heavy, and it actually had a pretty in-depth character customization. Now, it was in that kind of odd, like kind of cartoonish looking engine that they use, like whatever that art style was. It was definitely on the cartoonier side. You know, like chins are more chinny, nose are more noses, kind of thing. But other than that, like I mean, like, you know, I got my dress and shit. You know, I'm crispy out here, baby. Other than that, like, it was pretty decent. I was like, character customization was pretty good. I felt like it was diverse. I mean, usually I gotta be like Asian or fucking Mexican in every game, even though I'm black. But other than that, bro, it was pretty good. The Steam Deck actually runs this game at, of course, high settings. I mean, this game came out in 2011. It's pretty old. So, I mean, of course, this game should be able to max it out, no problem. But usually some of the older maxed out games, they actually do hold up pretty decently. And I will say, like, it did age pretty good as far as, like, visuals go. I definitely will say that. Now, I'm gonna hit you with the disappointing part. Of course, this game is dead as fuck, boy. Like, it is Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. It is really grim. It's that level of dead. Like, boy, is Dunsky. You probably got about 3 servers in this game, so if you're probably somebody that wants to experience this game again, you're gonna be playing with bots. But that's been one thing that whenever there's like a multiplayer type of shooter, I was like, if it has bots, that's a good thing. Hopefully your AI is good. Sometimes if it's like a multiplayer only game and there is no bots, like, you know, that game's just pretty much completely dead. At least you can still experience this game and get somewhat of a feel for it. You know what? I just gotta put some respect on this game's name, because I feel like the whole parkour movement in first-person shooters really started with this game. Like, when you look at Titanfall 2 or look at any of these other games, like where they were using wall running and a lot of different like fast movement, like a lot of that stuff kind of stemmed from this game, which I'm like, I'm pretty glad to see people are keeping that parkour movement alive, boy. But it's pretty good to see, like, a lot of games, like, you know, like I said, Titanfall 2, shit, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, a lot of games did have, like, advanced movement, you know, like wall running, parkour type movement to give you some more freedom with gameplay, make it more immersive. If you're somebody that, you know, plays your fair share first person shooters and you kind of want to see, you know, something a little bit different, this is something to look into. And the funny thing is, it's literally free to play, so it's like, it's not even something that I even gotta be like, oh yeah, get it on sale, oh no, just download the game for free on Steam, and it works really good on Steam Deck. Surprising, that was funny. I was looking at my damn library, I was like, Brink out of all games. I was like, okay. Ash Damage really wants to do it. They can look at a lot of different inspiration for a lot of different like parkour type movements that are in games today. And I have been looking, like, on the internet, surprisingly a lot of people still really love this game. Some people were trying to get like a Brink revival going on Steam, but I'm like, good luck with that shit. But typically I'm just pretty shocked to see like people actually are still like, you know, holding this game near and dear to their heart. Some people are still, of course, gonna shit on it, but I can definitely understand that critique, because this game definitely got some issues. It's definitely not perfect whatsoever. So yeah, I think that's what I got to say about Brink. Yeah, that's it. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Brink. If you have another game that you want me to review next, whether it's a first-person shooter or any other game that you might feel like needs another shot, like, is this something else you need to revisit type shit, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to thank you guys for tuning in. This is your boy QKG, and peace out.